everyone, and welcome to the Geomologist Presents. I have probably a short unboxing. I have a couple of gaming products that I have arrived in my mailbox, and I'm going to open them. They're smaller products, not big giant boxes, but I'm putting them together. So here we go. This first one, you can see here, it is USPS from one bookshelf, which means drive-through RPG. As you can see, the dimension here, it is 9¼ or 23.5 centimeters, 9¼ inches. It is by 13.5 inches or 34 centimeters or so. So here we go. It's just like a tearaway, and it's thin, as you can see. It's like an envelope type size. I open this. That needs to be used to box first. If I glue off, as you unravel it, and here it is. It's upside down. This is the Doom of Blackwater, but from Terranen, Graveyard of Kingdoms, The Doom of Blackwater by It's a Frozen Adventure in the High Mountains by Mark Meredith, designed for old school essentials. It's part of the Kickstarter, and he did the print on demand coupon. So here we go. The villagers of Ethan's Vale seek out a group of heroes to find the whereabouts of the strange Drengar raiders that have been causing harm to the area. As the heroes track the Drengar higher and higher into the mountains, they realize that the premature winter that has struck the land may be connected to the Drengar's actions. The heroes must stop the Black Winter Court from awakening Winter's heart, an immense frost elemental, to prevent the ancient magics of a renegade unseelie Fae from consuming the land. With bravery and cunning, the heroes must brave the icy dangers of the Feylands and save the land from the doom of Black Winter. So it's designed for new heroes. So level 1 heroes, exploring the world of Terranern and the realms beyond. 21 encounters, 3 acts, a 17-page gazetteer of Ethan's Vale. So here's sort of how the print looks. So it's kind of like that not 5e font, but like that 5e kind of print size, I guess. A 2-column print size. Lots of white space. That clocks in at looking at 62 pages, 63 if you include the backer kit here. Here is a map of Ethan's Vale. Like they said, they have a gazetteer of Ethan's Vale. It's black and white print. So yeah, here's the gazetteer. Good, a really nice black and white art here, though. That's the Vale gazetteer here, and it's got sort of line art here in between. Let's see who does the art here. The written by Mark Meredith, artwork Dean Spencer used with permission, and Shaman Stalker used with permission. He doesn't say who the cover is, and of course, Old School Essentials is by Necrotic Gnome, used under license. So there you go. Cool stuff. This a list of important characters. There's a getting the players involved, a prologue, speaking with the captain to get you right into it, and then about information about. So here's another like chapter art intro there. There's various encounters. I'm not going to go through those because that would be a spoiler, right? But I'll show you the art here. It's chapter 2 art. I must have the looking for the artist tag, but don't see one. But I do like it. Oh, look at this, pretty cool. Looks fun. Looks like it could be a very fun adventure. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah, you saw the Gazetteer one. So there you go. An OSE module, the Doom of Black Winter. All right, so the second package is a little heavier here. And this one is from it's from International. Uh, it's an international. Where does it say it's from the UK? And this one is 11 inches or 28 centimeters by 14 inches, about 36 and 36 and a half centimeters or so. Mhm. The math isn't probably not quite exact. You might have to use the box cutter to cut some of the stuff, or at least it's perforated, but maybe it's to start the perforation, it's good to open it up. There we go. Oh, one card came out as well. Here we go. From Paleo Games. And what that is, thank you for purchasing our book. We hope you enjoy using it as much as we enjoyed creating it. All the best, the Paleo Games team. That's who it's from. It came in a secondary container, a little envelope. Good. I might hold on to that if I need to send stuff away. And here it is. Dr. Drolin's Dictionary of Dinosaurs for Pathfinder 2, Pathfinder compatible. So have you ever wanted more interesting dinosaurs in your role-playing game with realistic artwork? Ever dreamed of your role-playing world populated by entire ecosystems of dinosaurs? You think it would be awesome if they were accompanied by realistic behavior tables, evolution, mutation tables, animal companions, optional rules. So here is what this is. So a whole host of Mesozoic creatures, dinosaurs, pterosaurs, marine reptiles, etc. And maybe they'll do like a megafauna one too. I'm sure. So it's a pretty massive tome, 326 pages in all. I think they have a contributors page here. Yeah, that's cool. Mhm. And I got it for a Pathfinder, so there you go. Oh, it does have magic items in it, but here's the cover, right? Um, your sort of feathered beast here. And there you go, a kind of nice piece of art there of a like a ichthyosaur probably. And stat blocks, what's in this book, stat blocks, etc. So it can be pretty cool for like, if you set a campaign in a sort of that sort of Mesozoic or Lost Lands type of thing. They have a whole host of researchers who um, pretty cool. They have a whole like there's some like a paleontologists that are listed here on this page, which is kind of nice, I think. Oh, the author, I should give you the author of who put this together. So I guess that was the host of contributors there. I guess it doesn't say. Oh, Dr. Nathan T. Barling and Dr. Michael O'Sullivan. So I guess does that mean that if I ever write a gaming book, I got to put my doctor on it too? Illustrations by Dr. Mark P. Winton. Yeah, I've listed all my credentials. I get designated with other things. That'd be kind of funny. Maybe because it's sort of a paleontology focus. But here we go. Including paleontological elements in your games. It's kind of a cool, like, probably a cool picture book as well. Necromancer Island, the Ancient Plateau, Voyage into the Past, Hollow World. That'd be a cool thing to do, like for like a Hollow World, Lost World type of thing, or maybe like Hollow Earth. in the circa, D&D basic expert or Beckley. Pretty cool. Oh, mhm. So NPC. So I guess it's kind of like a kind of like who did this before? Iron Kingdoms, they did it where the Monsternomicon is written by a hunter, monster expert. Here's Dr. Drolin, like the paleontologist person, and have their stats for Pathfinder 2. Here, oh, it has a nice, I always love it when they have like a ribbons. They got like a little ribbon here. Here, a nice little ribbon. And here, holistic environments as well. And like where they would be located, which is kind of nice, that where the different creatures would be located. They have different icons for swamp, ocean, etc., islands. They also have, I guess they have what? Oh, they have a okay, that's alphabetical order. This is kind of like the table of contents for the different creatures that are in here, I believe. Or yeah, they have the page number of where they are. Environment encounter tables. The Yixian formation and what that means. Flora, flora as well for those places and what you can use. Optional magical rules. Um, okay, and then they start having the creatures. It looks like I wonder if all of them. It would be very interesting if all of them have like the stat here, and a picture. That's the Epiosaurus. There's a Bolong, Bose dragon, Bolong. Then have everything since a Hadrosaur type, and neat. Oh, this is cool. Uteranus. It's a Tyrannosaurid, smaller than the true giants like Tyrannosaurus, which they do have in here. But here we go, Uteranus. Also, I guess Arctic. They must have found it in the Arctic. Pretty cool. Oh, they wow. I wonder if all of they also have like references, like where this, the references, like sort of citations where this animal was found, etc., as well as and there's stats, matriarch and normal, right? It's pretty cool. So I guess it probably depends, it's pretty. Here's cool. Here's like a Baharian Holy Kotu. I guess that is that's pretty cool that they give the references. So they're like Royal Open Science, Cretaceous Research Theological Journal of the Linnaean Society. The, so it's a freshwater plesiosaur. So it's a plesiosaur, not the fish. There. That's pretty cool, actually. Like, here's a Carchodontosaurus, the shark-toothed reptile. Interesting. Is it comparable in size to Tyrannosaurus Rex there? Yeah, I'm just kind of enjoying this. Like maybe a lot of kids growing up, I like had a dinosaur phase and a shark phase. This is pretty neat. Spinosaurs, Stabatosuchus, the giant crocodile. Yeah, pretty neat. So I guess I have like a whole Lost World type of setup maybe, and then all these creatures inhabit it, which is pretty neat. Um, so it also tells like how they were named, and why they were named, and different creatures. Let's see if I can find something cool. Um, Maybe I should go to see how the Tyrannosaurus. They have like stuff from mutations too, which is kind of neat. Uh, I'm looking for the Tyrannosaur. They told me what page it was on. You know, a young tyrannosaur. Yeah, interesting. I guess I probably have some bigger ones at some point. The Velociraptor as well. That's pretty fun. Mhm. That's pretty cool. You wonder variant young tyrannosaurs, etc., and monster core tyrannosaurus. The monster core tyrannosaurus, there is actually one in monster core, and that's the adult tyrannosaurus. So adults being CR10, while young tyrannosaurs are creature sevens, features. Um, then custom dinosaurs, right? So these are probably not, these are like um, oh, ancient tyrannosaurs. Okay, that's pretty crazy. Allosaurus, Cartrontosaurus, Diplosaurus. Oh, look, it's kind of fun. Wow, that's pretty cool. A monstrous dinosaur that was once a Spinosaurus but twisted by magic. That's fun. Scary. Oh, that's pretty neat. Mesozoic reptiles in your own world. Then it talks about behavior and the mutations, advantageous and disadvantageous mutations, and how that how that happens. There's interesting things like opposable claws. Yeah, that's pretty. It's a pretty kind of neat little neat book actually. There's all sorts of tables and stuff like that as well to customize your dinosaurs. A creature is naming, how to name like a creatures for your own world. Um, it's pretty interesting. They have different heritages also. So if you wanted to make like a dinosaur, like a, I don't know if you ever read Harry Harrison's West of Eden, East of or West of Eden, but like the dinosaur a reptilian society. Who did what if the um, Cretaceous die-off had never happened with the boom? But they have a pluven here, which is a species, and they have like a many horn. So different types of species of sentient dinosaur heritage creatures, which is kind of cool. So you could maybe even put it like in sort of that lost world type of thing, as opposed to your traditional EDO type of world, so elves, dwarves, and orc type of world. That's pretty cool. Children of Seth. So player character customization. They have that section too. So this is like for if you're playing like in a lost world scenario, and they have like dinosaur hunter, call it trick shooter type of thing, bone sculptor, um, time druid, and then dinosaur companions, which would be kind of fun. And also various backgrounds. A few little sort of magic items too that are here. The armor and magic items as well in the back, which is interesting. Big boom blunderbuss, love it. Various other uncommon or different magic items. So yeah, it's the art's fantastic in this book actually, and I do hope I can get some use out of it. It looks like it'd be maybe a fun paleo themed game. I That should probably be its own podcast at some point. Is all the paleo type of games that I have, and see what I can do with them. Anyway, so there you go. Dr. Drolin's Dictionary of Dinosaurs for Pathfinder 2. Pretty neat. So until next time, thanks for watching, and thanks for looking at these unboxings. Good night and good rolling. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Geomologist Presents. This will be a visual documentation and as a companion to my podcast episode 312, Gamer Status, a Quarterly Review. And I will be showing you, as best I can, in succession, the games that I run on a weekly basis and the games that I have played this quarter, like as one shots or single adventures, etc. It's a big giant stack, which is kind of cool or concerning, depending on your point of view. Your mileage may vary. So here we go. Traveler. Here is the Mongoose Traveler core rulebook, and I'm running Traveler bi-weekly every Mondays. We are running through, yeah, here we go. We are using the Spinward Marches campaign and running through Behind the Claw. I just have to show this real quick. And I'm probably want to open the sector map all the way, but I love how Mongoose has done the sort of quote unquote stellar hex crawl cartography. I love these maps. They come in a lot of their products that document the Third Imperium, and they have them for a whole number of sectors. I remember actually during the Mega Traveler era, I had like a sector map of the Imperium or a map of the flat map of the Imperium, and it had all the sectors. And as I would get sectors and subsectors, I would pencil them in or shade in those areas. I printed a copy. I didn't do it in the actual book. And then I'd shade in those areas to see what I had canon-wise for those sectors. But we have just started in Traveler. Here we go. Mysteries of the Ancients. So this is a adventure, sort of adventure path, long-term adventure that clocks in at about 303 pages, and it has how many? I'll tell you how many chapters it has. Quite a few chapters. Right. So you can see quite a few chapters as you play through the adventure. So we just started it. We just started a package from Sorel, and now we're jumping to Ancient Hunters at Egypt. So we just really started this, but there you go. That's pretty cool. So next we have Twilight 2000, and I'm running through the fourth edition of this book. We're kind of running right now sort of a sandbox type game, a game that's or the sessions are determined right now on what the players do and how they negotiate and manage right now. So I don't have like an actual module or whatever that we're playing, but we're playing through this. We played through the original for the tetralogy that was developed back in the late 80s for Twilight 2000 first edition, but we're playing the fourth edition of the game here. It's pretty thick, heavy box set, as you can see. So on Wednesdays, on Wednesdays we kind of split time. So have been trying to play, but we've only had like one or two sessions of New Comet Games, Call of Cthulhu, Corsairs of Cthulhu, using the seventh edition version of the Call of Cthulhu rule set. I didn't want to break out the rule set for this one because it's pretty ubiquitous. But this is a Corsairs of Cthulhu game, third-party product by New Comet Games, written by Ben Burns. And then we're playing Hyperborea. So this is the Hyperborea. This is volume one, the player's manual. There's also a referee's manual, and this is a foul leather bound with the cool sort of death metal type that they use for. Oh, the whole book is like no, the whole book is not like this. But this is the title for Hyperborea that says Hyperborea, and you can get the same effect if you put some leather from like bucket seats or whatever in the sun, and you'll get the same kind of effect. Anyway, we are running nominally. It's a sandbox adventure hex crawl on an island in one of the archipelagos of the world, and but the end game is the Caverns of Thracia, Janelle Jackway's Judges Guild, multi-level, multi-faction dungeon, which is pretty cool. So Goodman Games Goodman Games has done these sort of old return to old school type of modules, and they have a series, and that one's coming out. So it's going to have this in its entirety, as well as a conversion to fifth edition and a lot of additional material. So I could even reuse Caverns of Thracia and run it sort of in their sandbox world that they sort of created, or as part of the Janelle Jackway's world. So on Thursdays, we play my home group. We play Warhammer Fantasy. This is Warhammer Fantasy Fourth Edition CRB, the core rulebook here. Always have loved the Warhammer Fantasy art. So like this is like a close up of a Slayer and company fighting a rat ogre, and then here's sort of I always love these landscapes or these cityscapes that they do for Warhammer Fantasy. And we're playing through the Enemy Within campaign, and right now we're playing Empire in Ruins. This is the Empire in Ruins. I invested in the deluxe, and here's these are really nice books. I'll show you one of all the books have like a visual. It's like a faux leather cover, and they have a visual of one of the tarot of the Warhammer world. So here we have Sigmar, and the companion to Empire Ruins. This is sort of a spoiler. Is the Lord of Change, the demon. So pretty interesting. So all of them. So like in the books that they have like I guess there's 5 books in the Empire and Ruins series, and 2 books in each slipcase. So the adventure and then the companion. So opposite that, Thursday in the home group, we are playing Pathfinder. Here's a player core Pathfinder 2 rule book. And oops, sorry, shaking. And we are playing through Bloodlords here. I don't know what that was. I hope I didn't miss it. We are playing through with Bloodlords, and we are currently on the Field of Maidens. We just finished chapter 1, the Vampire's Trail. We are in Hearts of Stone in this. There's 3 chapters, so we're kind of 1/3 of the way through. Book 3 in an adventure path is always a challenge, it seems. Maybe people start losing interest, or maybe it comes around the time of the holidays, but we're trying to get through it. It should be pretty cool. So on Fridays, we have been running. Um, Here's a slipcase for Masks of Nyarlathotep, but I'm not using. I don't have a visual because it's sort of in print right now. We're running through Masks of Nyarlathotep. This is a slipcase of the book, volumes 1 and 2, and then all the handouts, etc., screen and all that kind of stuff in here. But I'm using. Well, I'm doing 2 things to modify it. So it's a new experience for people who've watched actual play before, or even played it. I don't. I've tried to run it twice in a couple editions, and uh, I kind of New York always goes really well. It just stalls, and it stalled for me both times when I try to run it in Britain. Maybe there's a lot of tangential adventures that happen, and players get distracted, and then you lose interest. A long time ago. Anyway, not only am I not running this in the 1920s, 30s, I am running it in during the time of the Roman Empire, 2nd century, circa 134 CE, or I think it's 884 AUB, but don't quote me. I don't have my notes. But anyway, during the reign of the Emperor Hadrian, and I think in 134 he is dealing with the Bar Koba revolt. But we're not. So the first prelude adventure for this collection takes place in Peru. I've switched it to Germania, and I will be. New York is going to be Rome. Britannia can stay. England can stay. Can become Britannia. Stay in the English area. I have to modify things. A lot of stuff in Londinium, and I'll have to change the landscape if they go out into the other places in England and stuff. So that should be pretty fun to modify it and to change things. Um, Fortunately, I do have Cthulhu Invictus and a lot of stuff on the Roman world, so going to Rome might not be a bad thing. And then there's a chapter on Egypt, a chapter on Kenya. Those can stay the same as upper and lower Nile regions. And then the other 2 locations, Australia and China, I will keep a secret for my players at this time, but it should be pretty fun. I've already determined where they're going to be, and it should be fun when we get to that time. All right, so Saturdays I run the One Ring. So here's the One Ring. Here's the CRB for the 2nd edition of the One Ring by Free League, and the pile is growing by my leg here now. And we've been running through Ruins of the Lost Realms. This is kind of a site book here, and right. So always love seeing like the maps of Middle Middle Earth. And actually, I'll show you the one in the CRB because that's more akin to what you have seen in the novels, right? The Here's Eriador, right? It's pretty nice. Um, but I always love the map. I was really we recently watched Fellowship of the Ring and the Two Towers, and I love the scenes where they show sort of the maps that you remember maybe from reading Lord of the Rings if you've read them. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, I've been playing though also on a new game that I started running on the channel, and that is D&D. So here's my first edition F3D cover D&D GM's guide here, and I've been running through um, these guys. This is the Slaver series. We haven't gotten to this one yet. We were doing Skip Williams' D0 that he did in I think 99, 20-year anniversary maybe of these guys. So something like, or is it 2000? I don't know. Anyway, it was a collection that has all of these guys and a new adventure done in the AD&D rule set, done with the AD&D rule set. And but we're going to jump to Slave Pits of the Undercity, etc. So I think that should be pretty neat. I'm again, I'm shocked that I still have these. I got them way back, right? Okay. So those are the games I'm running like sort of on a regular basis, and you can listen to the podcast and it'll tell you how I think about them, what's going on with those games. But here's are the games that are sort of honorable mention or games that I've played or run, um, played or run as one shots or single adventures during this quarter. So Mothership, I ran some Mothership way that last year, toward the end of last year, for Black Friday, and players really liked it. The home group liked it, and my wife Amy really enjoyed it. So we decided to play on the channel. We have a one shot of this that I thought was pretty cool. It'd be great to revisit Mothership at some point. With the home group, I played a one shot of Iron Kingdom's fifth edition, the Requiem campaign setting. I really like the Iron Kingdom's world. It's a very steampunky world that was introduced at the beginning of 3.0 with the Witchfire trilogy. They did like a sequel to the Witchfire trilogy that we played online and in person. So we ran through that. And this quarter, we, as a sort of a substitute game, because a couple players were missing, we played an adventure, sort of a pirate heist adventure, um, using this rule set. So that was pretty neat. So I also ran some games at BSRCon, at BSRCon 4, I believe. And I don't have the book yet, but this should be in print. I ran some Mouse Ritter. I ran one of the uh, location sites in Tomb of a Thousand Doors for Mouse Ritter. That was pretty neat. And then I also ran Alternity 1999. So this is, and I was able to get the rule books for his player's handbook. There's a GM's guide, and I ran an adventure in the dark matter setting. Since it's a xenoforms from dark matter, and I really want to get back to this. I really like the rules. It's very intuitive, very. I like the rules a lot, so I wanted to get back to that game. Maybe this quarter, make it more regular. Who knows? Or another one shot. I ran an Operation White Box with the group online. We were play testing some ideas that I had to mash up Operation White Box with Godlike, but using these rules, the Operation White Box rules, so the Swords and Wizardry uh, chassis rule set. So it was pretty fun. And then finally, I've just started and ran, and it's probably going to be released. I think I might have run at least one adventure for something Marvel this year, but hasn't been released yet, but it will be released soon. As we ran another Marvel adventure, Marvel or Avengers Top Secret, another mashup. You know, I love them. Taking an adventure from Top Secret and running Bucky Barnes and Natasha Romanoff, so Winter Soldier and Black Widow through that adventure, and it's coming up here actually this week, so it'll be released the first episode of it. We've run two episodes. We're not finished with the adventure, but Marvel Multiverse. I like this game a lot. I think it does let you play a lot of the heroes, iconic heroes. You can make your own. We have some of the character creation and some adventures on the channel with new heroes that players have made or modified existing heroes, and with your iconic superheroes. So I think one of the cool ones we have is a Halloween episode with Daredevil, Moon Knight, and Jessica Jones. So pretty cool stuff, Marvel Universe. So there you go. It's a big pile here of stuff that I've run or I'm running and stuff that I've run this quarter. So thank you so much for listening. Talk to you soon. Good night and good rolling.